Welcome back to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today we're going to be working on a window on this Newmar motorhome. We just got on site. The gentleman ordered a window from somewhere. I don't know whether we got a whole window or whether we have just the egress part. I don't really know. All I know is I think the last time they drove the motorhome, the window started flapping, and so we just, like I say, we just got here, we haven't even opened the box. Don't have any idea of what we're doing yet. But if we have to change that window, it's going to be a frameless window. So that'll be a good one to take y'all along on. What do you think, Cameron? Is this going to be fun?
Sure, if you say so.
Yeah, if I say so. Okay. Let me show you preliminarily. Is that really a word? Preliminarily? Well, let me show you kind of what we got here. I see that we got a bathroom egress door. And we got a window in it, and the window is duct taped down. Gosh, I hate to see people put duct tape on, especially a brand new motorhome, nice motorhome. But we got that. We got our box from Newmar. So let's get that box open, see what we got, whether we got a whole new window or what we got. All right, so let's get this box open, see what's in here. For all we know, it could be, hard to say what. I didn't have anything to do with this. Oh, I believe we're gonna have a whole window. I see some foam. The foam seal that's used for a frameless window. Yep, I bet this is gonna be a whole window. They had the bubble wrap on it, man. They must know how them boys at UPS work. They like tearing stuff up. Tell you what, we're gonna get the back door open. We're gonna set this in the floor, get it the rest of the way open. Yes, this is going to be a complete window replacement, as long as it's the right size. And it looks like it probably is. We will verify that 100% before we start taking the old one out, but it looks about right. So we're gonna get this thing measured up, make sure it's the right one, and we'll go from there. Tell you what, let me talk about this a little bit. This is called a frameless window. It's because, I guess, you can't see any frame from the outside, but it actually has a frame just like any other RV window. It has a clamp ring inside, and it has a frame just like any other window. Say, other than you just can't see the window from the outside, or the frame from the outside. Thus, they call this a frameless window. Yep. All right. Well, we got the right window, so now we're going to try and get that duct tape off there. We are going to open that escape door, and we'll just be working out here off the ladder. I believe it's probably going to be the easiest, coolest thing. It's got to be like a gazillion degrees inside that motorhome today. So yeah, we're going to get started here. I'm going to go inside and open that egress door. Do they call them egress doors? I know they were egress windows. Or is it just an emergency escape door? I don't know what they call those, but I'm gonna go open it, and we're just gonna work out here. We're out in the sun, but at least we ain't in that motorhome. I was in a camper this morning, and I thought I was gonna melt. It had to be 120 degrees in that camper. Phew. There is one really good thing about these doors is the fact that usually if they have these doors, they're a pretty nice motorhome. Chances are they got a pretty fancy. This is probably a macerator toilet. So if you have to work on that toilet, this is awesome. If you open that door, you have full access to the back of that toilet. So we're just going to get started taking this clamp ring off here, and we're going to change this window. Once we get it down out there, I'll show you why we're changing it, what went wrong. Cameron's gonna go ahead and start getting the screws out of that. He's gonna take all but 2 of them out, and then I got to get another ladder and set up over here so that I can catch that window before it comes out. All right, so Cameron's getting those screws out. There's a little bit of silicone on top of this window, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that, because the frameless windows do some things a little bit different than a you know, the framed window. Just pretend like I just did air quotes. Like I say, there's really no such thing as a frameless RV window. Okay, you got them all?
Except for 2.
All right, go ahead and get the 2. Typically, if you were going to leave 2, leave one on one side and one on the opposite side. All right, your clamp ring should come off now.
What's up?
Yep. Push that frame out on the bottom. There we go. There's the old one. I'll show you why we're changing this here in just a second. The crank out part of this thing failed. What it done was let the window flap going down the road. So that's why they put the duct tape on it, and just so they can continue to travel. So yeah, we'll be back with the next step here in a minute. I got most of the excess silicone off that top of that window, and now Cameron's going to use some Goo Gone, see if he can get that duct tape residue off, and yeah, then we'll carry on. Well, Cameron got all that old duct tape residue off, so now we're going to put the gasket on this window. Here is one of the major differences between a framed window, wait for it, let me get my air quotes ready, and a frameless window. No framed window, we'd put putty tape around it, and we'd put it in a hole and we'd stick a clamp ring to it. The frameless windows, you don't really want to glue them in like that. That's why you use this very dense styrofoam, or I guess it's some kind of foam. I don't know. There's the shape of it. It's ribbed on one side. It's self-adhesive on the other. So we're just going to put this around that window, and this is your rain seal for that window. And yeah, we will put a little silicone on the top of the window, just like Newmar did when they built it, just to keep water from running in it. And so yeah, we're gonna get this on, then we'll put this window in. I'm just gonna take a little bit of rubbing alcohol, clean this frame a little bit, make sure there's no oily residue from when they built the window. All right, we'll give that just a minute to dry. These are spacers. These keep the window from being too low when you set it up in the hole, so you don't really have to worry about centering it so much, because there's little spacers will center that window. Now we're going to just put this seal on. We're going to start and stop at the bottom of the window. I'll probably set this back from the edge of the frame, probably between a 1/16 and an 1/8 of an inch or so. And we're just going to take our time. We're good. We'll get it on there nice and straight, without wrinkles. I'm sweating on my glasses. That's always a good time. So Cameron's got some good news. What's your good news, Cameron?
I'm done with school.
Woohoo! For the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then next fall, he gets to start vocational school.
Yep.
What are you going to be taking, Cameron?
Carpentry.
Carpentry.
Yeah. It's going to be a half day of VOTEC and a half day of school.
Awesome. I think you're going to enjoy VOTEC.
I hope so.
For those of you who are from a different state or a different country, VOTEC is short for vocational training. vocational technical school, I guess. It's where our high school kids get some real world experience in a field that maybe they're interested in. What other classes do they have over at Votech, Cameron?
Automotive technology.
Which is mechanics.
Yeah. Bunch of diesel.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of computer sciences.
Right.
Masonry.
Yeah.
Electrical. They do EMT stuff too.
Really?
Yeah. There's even restaurant management.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised by that one.
Huh. Okay. Probably a lot more than when I went to Votech.
There's a body repair. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I took welding. I knew that I did not want welding to be my vocation, but I've always enjoyed welding and fabricating, because when I have spare time, when I used to have spare time, I used to do a fair amount of fabricating. I built quite a few things, and I really enjoy that. When I have time and money to do it right, and you know, like a lot of other things in life, when you have the time, you don't have the money. And when you have the money, you don't have the time. So I haven't done any new projects in quite a while. I've got some projects I'd like to do, some fabricating projects, but I don't know when that's going to happen, if ever.
I thought about welding for a little bit, but that's the most popular class right now.
Oh,
there
for real?
wasn't a big chance of.
Wow. Okay.
Because
Well, it was pretty popular when I was going to school, which was a long time ago.
Yeah, private schools get second priority.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Which kind of makes sense, I guess. All right, so that's our old clamp ring. The new clamp ring's over. I'm gonna let you hold the window, and I'm gonna shoot the screws in this.
Okay.
All right, so we got the gasket on there. Let me show you where we started and stopped. Hopefully you won't even be able to see it. Can you see it? It's right there. So ended up with a really nice seam. It goes well around the corners. So yes, it makes a really awesome seal, and it does not glue the window in the hole, because if you ever have to take a frameless window out of the hole, sorry, this new camera just keeps shutting off at very inopportune times. You don't want to glue these windows in, because if you ever have to remove this window for any reason, if it's glued in, you're gonna destroy this window. You're gonna break the window. That's what's gonna happen. Because you can't. The frame is behind the window, so if you have to try and pry this thing out, you're gonna break that window. So that's why they use this foam seal, so that if you have to take the window out, you can. And you saw how the old one came out. It wasn't too awful bad. You know, yeah, it was stuck a little bit, but it did come out without breaking it and shattering that glass. Yeah, this camera just cut off again. I got to figure out where that setting's at, turn that off. But yeah, we got the gasket done. We're gonna set it up in the hole. Cameron's gonna hold it, and I'm gonna start shooting some screws in it. So let's get you set up over here. Bottom for all our little rubber thingies. Come on. Set it in there for a minute. Let me go find them. Oh, they're on the back of the truck. They never even made it off the truck. Okay. There we are. Okay. Look pretty good. This is a painted motorhome. Pretty good. All right. Camera says it's centered very well in the window. I'm going to start shooting screws in it here. We're going to use our new clamp ring. Start down at the bottom, Cameron. Put an extra hand down at the bottom somewhere. Well, your extra one, not all of them. I get one at the top, and then it'll be in there. All right, it's good now. All right, once you get a couple screws in this thing, it's in there.
I'm gonna take this bubble wrap off.
Pardon me?
I'm gonna take the bubble wrap off.
Yes. So I'm just gonna finish putting the screws in this clamp ring. I'm just gonna be really careful not to over torque them. It's because these screws are very easy to break because they are actually, I mean, they're pretty much go in here solid. The clamp ring and the window actually touch just as the screw gets tight. So you just got to be really, really careful not over torque these screws because you will break them. A lot of times I'm taking these windows out, I'll find 2 or 3 broken screws where they were over torqued at the factory. All right, we'll try it here, make sure it works good, and it does. All right, I'm out of screws and I'm out of holes, so that usually means about done, right? All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit of silicone on top of that window, and we're gonna call this one done. What'd you think of that, Cameron?
That's nice and quick.
That's your first frameless window, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Frameless. You always have to do the air quotes because it got a frame just like every other window. You just can't see it from the outside. So, yeah, that's they're pretty quick and easy as long as no Yahoo has been in there and put some silicone, taking that window out, put some silicone around there and slapped it back in there. So yeah, if that happens, you're having a bad day. But yeah, we're gonna just finish this one up real quick, and me and Cameron, we're gonna go down the road and fix another one. And y'all have a fantastic day.